Again, good evening. We wanted to announce the conviction of Matthew Moore. Mr. Moore um, entered a guilty plea on this morning after 3 days of trial. Mr. Moore had been charged with rape, aggravated sodomy, false imprisonment, impersonating an officer, aggravated sexual battery, and aggravated assault uh, in cases involving two Fulton County women who were brutally raped in Sandy Springs. One of the incidents occurred in 2010. Mr. Moore identified himself as a police officer. He flashed a badge and a firearm and pepper spray. And he proceeded to rape a woman at a hotel in Sandy Springs. The victim called 911 and where she was taken to a hospital and a sexual assault exam was performed. And part of the evidence that was collected in that case was a napkin. That took place in 2010. Some 7 years later, Moore, he contacted another woman through an advertisement, and once they met at the Hawthorne Suites in Sandy Springs, again, Moore brandished a knife and a firearm, which he pointed at the victim, and then he proceeded to remove the victim's clothing, and he then tied her up, and he positioned his telephone so that he could record what he was doing at that time. And he proceeded to brutally rape her for more than about 40 minutes. Once he finished this assault, he then attempted to use an object to continue his rape upon this victim. She then managed to escape, ran out into a hallway where she was able to let three other gentlemen know that she was being assaulted. Mr. Moore then managed to retrieve his telephone, and he was able to leave Fulton County and Sandy Springs at that time. So in 2017, some a year and a half later, we received, and along with the Sandy Springs police, a DNA hit. And the DNA hit not only involved the two women from Sandy Springs, but it also involved in 2008 in Homewood, Alabama, another incident that occurred in Cobb County in 2010, as well as the 2010 and the 2017 incidents that took place in Fulton County. One of the things that was found in the 2010 incident was a pair of handcuffs, and the pair of handcuffs were handcuffs from the institution where Moore worked. And as it turns out, he was employed as a correctional officer in Alabama. At the time that he was arrested, the police were able to find a number of items in his possession, which included the zip ties that were used to tie the victims, pantyhose, computers, cell phones, and sex toys. And one of the things that Moore had in his possession was the same videotape that he had made in Fulton County in 2017, and he still had it in his possession. I want to thank the Sandy Springs Police Department, who really did an outstanding job of putting this case together. It's without them, there's no doubt that that Mr. Moore would have continued to rape women apparently all over the Southeast. And one of the reasons that we are here to make this announcement is that we believe that in the Fulton County area and that in Sandy Springs, that there are probably many other women that Mr. Moore might have assaulted. And if those women are listening to this broadcast, we would certainly ask them to contact the DA's office or to contact the Sandy Springs Police Department, because what we have found is that the victims that we have interviewed and talked to in the process of this trial, they have been greatly disturbed by what Mr. Moore has done, and we believe that those women probably need some extensive psychological treatment, and that is one of the reasons that we would like for them to come forward.